Hi folks, my name is Allie DeAndrea. Welcome back to another episode of Source to Smoke. Tonight I am grilling up these delicious venison meatball hoagies. This is made with homemade marinara sauce, grilled to perfection on our Oklahoma Joe's Bronco grill. And I love this recipe so much. This is a great one to serve because everyone is going to like it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First thing on our list is to make the marinara sauce. Now, this marinara sauce recipe is very special. It is adapted from my cookbook, The Butcher's Table. I have tweaked it a little bit for this recipe specifically, but it is an homage to the recipe that I have in my book. First thing we're going to do is roughly chop 2 medium yellow onions and peel some garlic cloves. I just got this garlic peeler and it is so easy to use. I am a fan. In a large Dutch oven, I'm adding 1/4 cup of olive oil, allowing that to heat up to a medium heat and adding in those onions to cook down and brown up a little bit for about 10 minutes. Next, I'll add in my garlic cloves, parsley, and chili peppers. These are dried chili peppers. As long as they don't have a large stem on them, there's nothing that you'll have to do to prepare them for the sauce. Allow that to cook down for just a minute. Then you'll add in your star anise, bay leaf, and your can of San Marzano tomatoes. I like to take that empty can of tomato and fill it up about halfway with water and then add that into the sauce as well. We're gonna bring all of that to a boil and then immediately reduce it to a simmer. Now this sauce is going to simmer for a while, at least an hour, but that gives us plenty of time to prepare our venison meatballs. For the meatballs, I am using some ground venison. This venison is from a white-tailed doe that Nick harvested in Pennsylvania. Nick actually filled his buck tag like first thing in the morning. I went with some of our friends and family to go get the game cart to be able to get the buck out. We were way far back in the woods. And while we were getting the game cart, Nick ended up also filling his doe tag. So then we had 2 deer to drag out of the woods. It was quite the day. I was joking with Nick earlier, all of my venison, like from the deer that I harvested this year, is at the bottom of the freezer because it was the first deer tag that we filled. So all of his deer are on top, and I told him that I'm mad because I want to be cooking with the deer that I harvested. This venison isn't cut with anything else. Because venison is so lean, it can be beneficial to cut it with 10 to 20% beef or pork fat, but today we're going straight venison. So to make these meatballs, I'm adding roughly 1 pound of ground venison to my bowl. Then to that, I'm adding 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 large egg, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes, roughly 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I like to put on gloves for mixing up the venison and rolling out the meatballs. You can definitely get in there with your hands a little bit better than you could with a mixing spoon. So gloves all the way. We're rolling these into golf ball sized meatballs. And I do actually golf now, so I think these are a little bit bigger than a golf ball, but I do golf, not well, but it is fun. I have a baking sheet that I lined with some parchment paper, and I'm setting the meatballs onto there. That'll make it easier to carry out to the grill. Now it's time to prep our bread. Get yourself some beautiful hoagie buns. These are so soft and delicious. You can smell how fresh they are. So to prep these before we head out to the grill, I'm going to cut them in half almost all the way with a bread knife. Then with my hands or with a spoon, I'm going to pull out some of the bread from the inside of the hoagie, which will make more room for our meatballs and our sauce. Go get it. Good job, girl. To get this grill started, I have my handy dandy charcoal basket. This is going to help the charcoal briquettes get going super easy and quick. Charcoal briquettes are in. Now I've opened up both dampers completely to allow the briquettes to continue to heat up the grill. And once we're at about 400, I will throw the meatballs on and we'll get to grilling. All right, our grill is preheated. I just coated the grates with some oil. I used a high temp avocado oil and just some rosemary that I plucked from my garden to brush that on. And now meatballs are going on. Just pouring a little bit of olive oil in the corner of my pan, using a brush, picking some of that up and brushing my hoagie bread. Yeah, there's a fly. Oh, beautiful. Getting great grill marks. Just giving them one flip, closing that grill back down. I'm dusting a little bit of kosher salt on these oiled buns, and now they're ready to toast. I took those meatballs right from the grill and put them right into our beautiful marinara. I'm getting them completely coated with the sauce, and then we'll build out these hoagies. Adding my meatballs, a layer of provolone cheese. Back on the grill it goes for just another minute or two for that cheese to melt. Oh, there she goes, dang it. Ooh, looking good. And that brings us to where we are now. I topped these with a little bit of chopped parsley. I have some Parmesan cheese as well. If you like parm, this would be a good time to top it with some Parmesan cheese too, but it is time to dig in. I am so excited. These smell intoxicating. Okay, I've got a little bit more marinara sauce that I'm going to drizzle over this first bite. Crispy, smells delicious. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Oh my God, so good. Instantly, so good. Delicious, easy, love this. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more episodes of Source to Smoke, you can head to Oklahoma Joe's YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.